You get to the house, and the typical Arizona home is going to be stuccoed.
Correct.
And there's about 30 different stucco finishes. How do you treat each of the different finishes?
Well,
in not in painting it, but in analyzing it.
Okay. Let's just take the two most common, sand finish versus a lath finish. Okay. Lath finish is what you'll look outside on your house. It's real heavy, thick, real busy looking. And your sand finish is just real soft, just little bumps all over it. So you got those two are the most common that we deal with. We'll walk up. Almost every house, no matter how long it's been painted, will still have spider cracks. It's just stress cracks.
That's stucco.
That's just stucco.
That's stucco.
And it's just bound to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, once I get there and I analyze the house, I just kind of walk up. I see a lot of the things that I can tell is right up in the first part of it. When I get up, I can see the condition of the yard, how it's done. If they keep up the yard, then I look at their stem walls. I look at the stuccos. I start looking around as I'm waiting. Then I can kind of get a sense of, all right, so this house is in a pretty good shape. Maybe we don't have to go crazy on the stucco repairs. There's two processes. One, we use a rapid set, or we use an elastomeric caulking. Those are the two number one things that most painters will have on their arsenal to go and attack problems on a home. Stem walls are some of the worst conditions because they're ground level. And you're dealing with all of your rocks, your water, all of that. The efflorescence will come, the deterioration starts to happen. Well, in those areas, we use a rapid set concrete mix. So we repair it with a dry lock, with the rapid set, and then we put a cover over that, which is a primer.
Okay.
So that's how we attack the low major repairs that need to be done. And the reason we use the dry lock is I like that water barrier protection. It's a water sealant, so
Yep.
it keeps that good.
If you can keep the concrete dry,
If you can keep
you've
the concrete
eliminated 90% of the deterioration.
And here's the thing, when you go to certain different areas of Scottsdale or Fountain Hills, you'll start seeing they don't have a lot of water issues because one, their landscaping is more desert feel. And so that's where you start seeing into the homes with the subdivisions and more of the grass, the trees. And we have that problem with your neighbor all the time on your perimeter walls.
Oh, sure.
Because your neighbors are flooding their backyard and you're seeing the results on your wall where it's all turning white or deteriorating down low on the sections. So when we get to those, that's how we address those problems. We have tools in our arsenal to take care of whatever the house's need is for stucco. When we get to the lath finish, now that's a little bit more of a challenge because there's a little bit more busyness to it. There's a little bit more texture body. So
it can actually hide a lot of problems.
I was just about to go there, Rosie. It actually does hide things because one of the things that we'll notice is when we start to go and attack a certain part of it, it starts to come off. And then you're like, oh, the substrate's a little bit weak in these points right here. And so now we have to address that. Now, when I walk a home as a professional contractor, I don't go start damaging your house. And so I don't start picking things apart just so show you, but I will always make you aware that there is possible potential here. And there's a pretty good amount of signs. You'll see some blistering. You'll see some softness to the stucco. And many occasions I've been able to tell them, look, I'm telling you right now, that high up on the side of your house, 10 feet, 12 feet, that whole section's coming off. I just know it will. And they're like, really? I'm like, that's because the moisture's gotten in from whatever's above it.
Yep.
And now once that stucco comes loose from your substrate, it's just got to come off. That way then I can repair it and do it right. So as we go, I like it when we don't have to get into repairs like that because anybody under the sun understands when it's time to repair something, it always changes the budget. And a paint job doesn't have to take a loan out, but a good quality paint job isn't going to be cheap. I don't like the word cheap. Daryl May told me a long time ago, you'll never find cheap and quality in the same sentence because quality isn't cheap.
There you go.
And, you don't have to take out a loan. I don't have to kill your budget. What's the steps you want to do? How do you want to go about it? Do you want to protect your investment or do you just want to get something on it and just hope for the best? To me, when you're spending that many years on something to buy and the amount of money you're spending on your home, that little bit of cost every 10 years doesn't really make sense to me.